Morning, guys. It's the Welsh Witch here. So, a little story, one of the many stories of how I knew I was psychic. I'm whispering because it's 3:30 in the night. I'm getting ready for work, so I have to whisper not to wake anybody up. So this is an interesting story. Back in 2015, 10 years ago, me and before we got married, my husband, in May, we went to Tunisia on holidays, our first holiday together. And I mean, it was going to be hot. We were excited. But as soon as I stepped off the plane and we got into the bus to travel to the different hotels to drop people off at their own hotels, I had this feeling in my stomach. I just couldn't get rid of it. It was like a pit. It was, I don't want to say despair, but it was just worry and fear. And I just couldn't shake it no matter what I did. I've been on holidays before. I've been excited and happy. But this pit in my stomach, I just couldn't shake it. I was so stressed and worried with no apparent reason why. So yes, we got to the hotel, but throughout the week I just could not shake this feeling off. One night, I think it was on the 5th of May, I had a bad dream. I dreamt there were snipers shooting through the windows of the hotel with the red lasers. The dream was so vivid, real and scary. It traumatized me for a while after. It just felt so real and intense, and I was terrified. 2 weeks later, we'd come home, obviously. 2 weeks later, turns out they had the terror attacks in Tunisia. So I'd actually dreamt about the terror attacks happening, and the fear in the pit of my stomach was the impending doom of what was about to happen. But I mean, a lot of people lost their lives. Even when at one point we were on the beach, and there was men on the beach. There was one man on the beach. He was a guard with a gun, and I just felt like, oh, this something ain't right. And the attack actually came up on the beach, and you think back to how those people must have felt. And I had a tiny little inkling of how they would have felt through that dream. But it's just awful. Well, that didn't put us off. That same year, me and my husband went to Paris. And I had that same feeling in my stomach again, in the pit of my stomach. And we were walking around Paris town. And I remember talking to him and saying, looking up at the shops and the flats and the homes above the shops and saying, honey, I wonder if there are terrorists living up there. And not thinking too much of it, but this stuff was coming out of my mouth, and that pit was still in my stomach. I could not get rid of it. I was so happy, and I felt safe with my husband. But that feeling, we went to a restaurant somewhere, and there was a woman sitting in the corner, and I just felt like, oh, something's up, something's going on. Anyway, we'd come home, and a week later, there were terror attacks in Paris. That same knot, the gut-wrenching feeling I had in my stomach, again, proven to be true. So, and the fact that this has been on my mind for a few days now, I just want to say this, and it's coming up to me thinking about it. I just hope that we're not in for something else, something else is not going to happen this summer and in the next few months, because that would just be the worst. So, I hope you get back to sleep and you have good dreams, not bad dreams, and take care. Speak to you soon.